Welcome to Trust, Then Know, the Jackie Boyd Podcast, a podcast providing education, information, and mostly inspiration that will help you become the best version of yourself. Join host Jackie Boyd for engaging and intriguing conversations. Now, Trust, Then Know, the Jackie Boyd Podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Trust and Know, the Jackie Boyd Podcast. Happy New Year to everyone. Thank you so much for staying with us. Do you realize that this is year number 3? We started in 2024, and then we did the whole year of 2025, and we are at the top of 2026, and I am so excited. So thank you so much for staying with us. We are on all your major podcast platforms, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. And we promised that we were going to be on Instagram, and guess what? We're now on Instagram. So all you have to do is put in Trust, T-R-U-S-T, then T-H-E-N, no, K-N-O-W, and you'll find all of our episodes. So thank you so very much. And tonight I have a very special guest. Oh my gosh. Mr. Benjamin Coy from the Mecca, Washington, D.C.
Yes.
Hi, Ben.
Hello. How are you?
I am so good. Thank you so much for giving me a little bit of your time.
No, listen, for you, anything, whatever you need, okay? I got you. But no, thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely.
And congratulations on 3 years.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
a huge feat. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Ben.
You're
I want to be like
welcome.
you when I grow up.
I'm trying to be like you. So we're just going to exchange this today,
Let's
okay?
just change that. That's what I'm talking about. Let me tell you something. Ben is actually, I feel like Ben could be my son.
I feel that way,
Yes,
too.
yes.
Yeah.
Ben and my daughter Camille went to Douglas Anderson together. He was a vocal student. Camille was a pianist. And they became best buds. And I remember going to so many of the piano recitals and the vocal concerts, and there was Ben. And Camille and Ben have been friends ever since.
We have been tight.
Yes.
Ever since, yeah.
And Ben has just soared. He took his talent of singing, and it just opened all kind of doors for him. He is a graduate of the Bethune-Cookman.
Yes.
And he then went to American University, and he started his career and his life of just becoming his own person in the Mecca in Washington, D.C.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So, Ben, thank you so much, seriously. And this episode, guys, is owning and getting the social media presence that you want, because Ben somehow or another has figured out the blueprint for that, and he is doing the thing, I'm telling you. So, Ben, talk to us, man. Talk to us. And again, you are the host of a podcast.
Yes.
Cocktails and
Cocktails and Culture podcast.
Okay.
Yes, we are in our 4th season. So we started in 2022.
Okay.
So we talk about culture, black culture, queer culture, reality TV, why all those things matter to the culture. And we do it over a cocktail.
Wow.
Yeah. So me and my best friend, Brigitte R.A., we host it together. And so we continue to grow. We've continued to expand our horizons. And so it's been a really great time. So I'm enjoying season 4 right now.
Season 4. So your seasons are annual? Is that how your seasons are?
No, so it started out, so let's see, we started at the top of 2022, and we did, I guess, like a pilot season. So we did like a limited number of episodes. And then in 2023, we did the first half, took a break, did the second half. And then 2024, it kept going, and 2025. So they're not annual.
Okay.
They're just
They're
whenever.
just kinda
We're
organic.
also like, because we're working professionals too,
Right,
so it's
right.
kind of like whenever we get the time to really sit down and batch some episodes.
Okay.
But yeah, so
That's
I would
good.
say, yeah, maybe like 12 or 15 episodes per season.
Okay. So listen, I want to go back to something, because I knew you as Benjamin Simmons. And so now you're Benjamin Coy. Talk to us about that.
Yes. Well, I am still Benjamin Simmons.
Okay.
Benjamin Simmons is still very me, very a part of me.
Okay.
I am Benjamin Simmons the third, fun fact.
Okay.
I am the third of the Benjamins of the world. But in 2017, I started a blog, the BenjaminCoy.blog, BenjaminCoy.com.
So Coy is your...
Coy is my middle name.
Your middle name.
Yes, thank you. Coy is my middle name. And so when I started that blog, it was like my own way of creating my own persona. Because for so long, I had been known as Benjamin Simmons, and I had been known as the son or the grandson to my grandparents and my parents. And although I am very proud of my Simmons heritage, I also wanted to kind of have my own alias, my own, my own stardom, I guess.
Right.
So in 2017, I started that blog. It was a lifestyle, fashion, entertainment news blog. So I wrote about all those things. And I did that throughout college. And that is kind of the precipice of what we're seeing now, I would say. It got me into social media. It got me into not just the business of it, but also being the person that's in front of the camera.
Got it.
I went to school for communication, so I also learned that there. Also learned the back end of editing and all that stuff there as well. And so the blog kind of gave me the platform to do all that in a way that was myself.
Got it.
And so Benjamin McCoy gave me that original title to myself.
Okay.
And from there, I've just gone on.
Wow, that is wonderful. That is wonderful. Yeah. So with cultures and your cultures and podcasts,
Cocktails and culture.
Cocktails and culture. Okay, podcast. So as a podcast host.
Yes.
Okay. So one of the things we want to talk about is to help people. Maybe give them some tips and steps on how to actually launch and how to get that footprint.
Okay.
So give us some steps here, some tips.
Now, the launching of it, I'll give you two ends of the spectrum. I'll give you how do you get comfortable with it and being the person that's in front of the camera, the launching. The launching, I'd say, is probably the easiest part.
Okay.
Right? You have so many ideas throughout the day. You have ideas when you get in the shower. You have ideas when you're in the car, singing to yourself. Any of those ideas, you can make a podcast out of that. If you like Beyonce like I do, you can make a podcast about Beyonce. And you just keep going and going and going. The goal is to write it down.
Okay.
So you're not losing these ideas. But that's the easy part, right? The ideating is coming to fruition. Then you find, the recording, the camera. That could be easy as well. We have these computers in our pockets.
Right, which are our phones. Can do everything.
They can do everything. They can record your audio. They can record your video. Of course, we get stopped at wanting to have this top quality, that we need to have all these big cameras. And of course, those things will come.
Yes.
When Brigitte and I started our podcast in 2022, I had a camera. I also had my laptop. I recorded our audio on the laptop.
Wow.
I edited it. I edited our audio. She edited the video. We did it all in-house. And then it grew. And now we have a camera team that comes in and is able to record us, is able to record our audio. So you have to be okay with starting small. I want to say that too.
Yeah.
After you go over there, then what does the distribution look like? How are you getting it out to your people?
Okay.
That's also easy too because of social media.
Got it.
You can go on YouTube and share your podcast very easily. There's also platforms like Spotify for creators that helps you get your podcast to Spotify, to Amazon, to Google Play, to whatever streaming platform you want.
I would use Buzzsprout.
Buzzsprout is also one of those as well.
Gotcha.
Yes. So with just a little bit of research, the 2 Google clicks, you'll get all that stuff.
Got it.
Right? The more difficult part is the being okay with being on camera. Is the difficult part of talking on camera, hearing yourself, editing yourself, or hearing yourself play back. I think that, at least for me, let me use I statements, was the more difficult part. But I had to do some internal work first before I could do that.
Got it.
I had to get to a place where I became so comfortable with myself and who I am that it did not matter.
Wow.
And most times when people have negative thoughts, I probably have already thought about that before. I probably already laughed it off. So you coming to me and saying it or whatever, or whatever negative impact might come from it, I'm so solidified in that it doesn't even matter.
It doesn't even matter.
I would say if you're looking to start a podcast, looking to start your own platform, make sure you do that work in yourself first. And be comfortable and confident in yourself and whatever you're going to present, and present the best light, whatever that looks like.
Yes.
And I think that's how you get it. That's
so
how you start it.
So the key here is being authentic.
Yes, being authentic.
Being authentic, just being you. And then you said something else. Everything we do, every thought we have, there's somebody out there who has the same thought.
Yes.
And who wants to hear that thought.
Yes.
And who wants somebody to say, guess what? That thought is a good thought.
when you are authentic to yourself, first of all, it's easier.
Because you don't have to remember anything.
Because you don't have to remember anything.
Yeah, you just talk.
You can just show up, talk, and be okay with what you said because you know that whatever you said is authentic to who you are.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
I think as we are building our social presence, we look at other influencers, we look at other folks who are on TV who are doing the things, we want to model ourselves after them. And it's okay to have a role model, but you can't copy.
You can't copy.
And so when you are authentic to yourself, your audience will find you. The people who are supposed to be in your circle, who are supposed to be your followers, they'll find you.
They'll find you.
You just have to put yourself out there.
Got it.
And let that tribe come to you.
Got it. Because most people, like you said, be okay with starting small.
Yeah.
Be okay with having a committed number of followers of 100 or whatever, and eventually that will grow. When I first started, the key was just be consistent.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. Just be consistent. I went to a podcast conference last year, and they said the best quality that you can give listeners is good sound quality.
Yes, that too.
So whatever it is you do, being authentic and being yourself, have good sound.
That too.
Because that shows that you respect your listeners because you're giving them something, a quality.
Yes.
Yeah.
And to that point, you can, again, do all of that with your phone. My key is, or my secret, I'm going to give this out to you.
Okay, give me the secret.
How I get some of the best audio, if it's just myself, if it's just a single podcast or a single interview that I'm doing, whatever, and it's not on camera.
Okay.
I will literally I will take my phone, I'll take my headphones, my plug-in headphones, not the Bluetooth headphones.
Okay.
Plug-in headphones with the microphone on the wire. I'll take that and I will go into my closet and I'll close the door. And
That cuts out all.
It cuts out all of it because it's different insulation. I don't know how to build houses. That's your thing. But it's different insulation in your closet, but also the clothes in there is helping dampen that extra sound. It's helping dampen that extra echo that you might get on some other things that phones will pick up.
Yep.
So yes, that's one way that you can get some extra good quality sound with just the phone that you have.
Just the phone you have. Isn't that something? So it's not that difficult.
It's not.
It's not that difficult.
We make it difficult because we see other people doing what we want to do.
Right.
And we want to be able to present something that's on their caliber. You'll get there.
Yes.
But it's okay to start small.
Well, is it, I've heard people say, I'm just not good in front of the camera, like I'm really shy, or I don't know what to say, or
if you start a podcast, you can.
Right, if you start a podcast, you don't have to be on camera. This is true. It can just be audio, right?
Yes.
But if you're wanting to do the video piece, I've heard people say that.
Yeah.
And then even just on social media, because video is the key, right? It was like, I don't know how to be in front of a camera, and I look weird, and da-da-da-da. So how do you address that?
Honestly, I'm probably not the best person for that. I have been in front of the camera for
Forever.
So long.
Yeah.
I mean, before I was even doing it like as a social media influencer, I came in the generation where iPads were like number one, right?
Yep.
I came up in the generation where social media was the thing. So being in front of the camera was like a part of our daily lives.
Yeah.
I've always loved to take photos. I've always loved to dress up. Fashion was my favorite things to do. So I love to, do that. I'd say it goes back to that piece of let's get comfortable with who we are.
Got it.
Let's get comfortable in our skin. Let's get comfortable with what we see. I'll also say to that point, it took me a long time to be okay with listening to my own voice when I first started. But because I wanted to do this podcast, I had to get used to that. I had to grow out of that. And so
you didn't like the sound of your voice?
I did not like, which is interesting because I sing all the time, right?
Right.
I did not like the sound of my speaking voice. Oh my goodness, it was like nails on a chalkboard. But I love it now. I've grown it. I've grown to love how I.
You have great inflection, and
you. But it was just hard. I feel like when you listen to yourself back, it's like, oh, is that what I sound like for real?
Okay.
But after you're doing it so much, it's like, that is what I sound like. And I love that. And it's sickening and it's great. So, yeah.
I think the huge takeaway here is, like you said, do the work within yourself.
Do the work.
And just be comfortable with you.
And
that speaks to so much. It's not just social media. It's our life.
It is your life.
It's everything.
What I learned in my last 5 years being in DC is that when I am authentic to myself, that is where I thrive. When I am doing something that's modeling after somebody else, or that is just not what I feel is true to me,
right,
it doesn't come off as real.
Right.
And there has been so many examples of that for me. And so it's like, if I see all this success that I'm getting by just showing up as Benjamin, just showing up as Benjamin Coy, Benjamin Simmons, whomever, why would I try and model something else?
Right.
And so, yes, I think the major key to everything, like you said, is just getting comfortable with yourself and being okay with what you're presenting to the world.
That's right. I love that. I love it. So that's a great segue into your path to authenticity. So let's talk about that. I mean, you are the social media guru. You are the social media influencer. You have this following. You have your podcast. You're also a digital creator. Like, that's how you pay your bills. Let's talk about that first. Because you know, the podcast is something you do, but you're contracted by different companies to help them to establish their social media. So talk about that.
So, like I said, in undergrad, I studied communications, public relations. I went to American University. After that, my graduate degree is in strategic communication, but I focused on digital analytics. So I focused on how to use social media as a marketing or communications channel. And so, yes, my 9 to 5 my 9 to 5 is figuring out how organizations or public figures or whomever, how they want to use their social media presence to expand their digital footprint. And by that, how do you want to expand your awareness using whatever we have? So that might be social media, that might be email, that might be your website. Now, I focus more on the organic side of it. And by organic, I mean there's no like paid advertising in most of the strategies that I do, although I have done paid advertising before. I've placed ads on billboards, I've placed ads in other places. But what I find the most fun is to be those organic connections, because it's people coming to you because they saw something that they liked and they said, hey, I just love what you're feeling. I just love what you're giving. I just love what this organization is giving. I want to learn more about that.
Got it.
And so, that's actually how I pay those bills, because they come every month.
Right. They don't stop.
They do not stop.
Guess what? They're consistent.
They are consistent. And so that is, and I'm really blessed to be able to have done that, because social media has grown. I started my blog in 2017, which is what I say is like the true beginning of it for me. And so I'm almost, oh my goodness.
Wow,
Miss Jackie, that's crazy.
You said 17?
Yeah, next year will make 10 years.
10 years.
That's
Congratulations.
Crazy. So, thank you. So it's been a blessing to be able to be in an industry that continues to evolve, and you evolve with it. Social media is not what it was in 2017, and it's not what it was last year.
Right.
So
So to that point, how do you, or what do you suggest so that you stay ahead of the curve? I mean, you don't know what's coming behind, but what do you do to just stay relevant? What do you do about that?
You know, let's see. What I do, this is real, I have 3 adjectives of myself, or of myself, but also of my online presence. And I stick to those. I don't necessarily follow trends. I don't necessarily follow what is a trend, the most popular thing. If something comes to me that's a trend that could be sustainable, I'll do it.
Got it.
Because social media is evolving all the time, I want to make sure my platform is still sustainable, right? I don't want to get sucked into the trends, because then that's not good for my mental health, because I'm always going to be following the trend, right? So what I do is if a trend comes along and I look at it and I say, oh, this might be sustainable for my brand, for my business, I'll get into it, I'll do it. Now, how do I stay ahead of it? I'm on social media a lot. I am on social media a lot. A little bit too much.
I was going to ask about that.
A bit too much. And I would say it's also because I work in it. So not only am I on social for my personal everyday, but I am on social for work, for 9 to 5.
Right.
And so I pin things. I look at analytics. Looking at your analytics is really important for those who are trying to get into social media, get into influencing, get into podcasting. What are people saying? What are people saying? What are they responding to the most? Looking at that, and then looking at the trend, and trying to marry those things.
Marry them together. Wow. So for the person who's trying, so is it best to hire a person like you if you're a novice, or a person who is just too busy to do that? You have a lot of things going on, like myself. I mean, is that the best thing to do?
Because I'm not going to get away in my own bag, Miss Jackie. Okay? Okay?
Yes.
But there are things you can do yourself. There are things you can do yourself. If you are, I would say, if you are trying to, pause, depending on how you want to do it.
Okay.
If you're trying to do it as you're just presenting Jackie Boyd and what I do in a regular day, my lifestyle, my clothes, these are what If you're just doing that thing, I think you can do that yourself. I think there are simple editing apps you can get. There's simple scheduling apps you can get that can keep you consistent, keep you engaged. You can do those things yourself. When you want to scale it and be presented as not just a person, but be presented as a brand, I think that is where the social media manager, social media content creator help would come in and help with that.
Got it.
Because social media I think of it as another channel. So you have television, you have radio, you have, there's another one, there's a third one that I'm forgetting. But social media to me is one of those channels.
Okay.
Unlike radio and TV, social media has 50,000 types of social media. There's Snapchat, there's Instagram, there's Facebook, there's TikTok, there's Discord, there's YouTube, there's this, there's that, there's this. And they all, except for those who are under the Meta platform, they all have their own algorithm. They all have their own way of pushing your content. And a social media person will be able to come in and help you figure out what's the best thing to do, what's the best way to go, when to post the right things, when not to, whatever.
Got it. Got it.
So there is pros in that. Now, do you want to pay for that also?
Got it.
I think we have to remind ourselves, one of the things that I fall into is because we can do social media about ourselves, people don't always want to invest in it.
Right.
But there is so much good that comes from that investment.
Yeah. AI.
Ooh.
So that's another one of the lists. TV, radio, this AI. We got to add that to the list.
AI has helped and it's hurt. When it first came out, I was totally against it. But actually, let me take that back. When it first came out, AI has been around for a long time. I don't know if we realized that. Siri was introduced when I was like at the beginning of high school, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But Siri's been around for a long time. Before Siri, there was still AI, artificial intelligence. We're feeding this thing that is growing. The AI that we have now, my mind changed about it a couple years ago because I had a friend that worked in the AI tech industry.
Okay.
And what I was really nervous about, just like most of us are, was that it was going to come in and take our jobs.
Take jobs.
Right? At that time, she was like, well, think of it more of as the assistant.
Okay.
That is doing those mundane tasks that you don't have time to do. Okay. Now that changed my mind around about it. I said, okay, well, now we, kind of go together a little bit.
Right.
I was totally fine when it was just that.
Yes.
Now we got videos, now we have photos, and I just, right now in 2026, I'm nervous about it because it's, not to get too political, it's not being regulated anymore. So whereas TV and radio and social media are under FCC guidelines, AI is not under that. So it could really just be rampant. And so what I'm telling my clients, what I'm telling folks who are in social, have different value-added content situations where you can still show up and people know that it's you.
Got it.
And not just an AI robot model. So Trust Then Know is the perfect example of that. But you also can come here and learn more about you and also dive deeper with you. So AI, they could be a friend, but they could also be a foe.
Yeah. I think it's we have to know about it.
You do.
You always got to know what your enemy's doing.
You do.
You know what I mean? So we would, it would be ignorant of us not to educate ourselves and to understand what it is.
Correct. And with that being said, it's also important, even more important now that we really, truly interrogate what we are consuming on social media because of AI.
Got it.
Because there are AI videos that are going around that are, we think it's a real person.
And it's not.
It's not. 2025, 2024 was like my breakout year, learning more about influencer marketing, the business side of it.
Okay.
And what I started to see at the end of 2025 was AI influencers. And these are people that have the likeness, just like they turn on the camera and they say, hey, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do this. I'm going to have this haul. I'm going to do this. And you're thinking it's a real person. No.
It's not.
It is someone that has been generated. And so we really have to interrogate even more now what we are consuming, be more conscious consumers of social media because of AI.
Got it. Good tip. Yeah. Good tip. Yeah. Let's talk about you, Ben. You know, you left Jacksonville, left Bethune, went to DC, and DC has been wonderful for you. So your path to authenticity, and that's one of my favorite words, just being authentic, being your authentic self. And people kind of use that word like so loosely now, but I think you said it very, very well. Like the thing that you do that gives you pleasure and joy, and if you weren't doing it out of your authentic self, you wouldn't like it. You would, you know, wouldn't feel real, and it would come across like that. You know what I mean? So people love seeing things that are genuine and real, unedited stuff, where you're just being yourself. So let's talk about that, Ben.
Let's talk about that. So I moved to DC in 2020. Craziest time to make a move, okay, might I add. Fun fact, so I went to American, I moved to DC to go to American. On the day that I signed my lease is the day that they said that we would not be in person for our classes. But I still made the leap of faith. I always wanted to live in a major city. I always wanted to live up north. And so I said, this is my opportunity, I'm gonna do it. Best decision I've ever made.
Wow.
I do not regret that.
Yes.
So just putting things in perspective, that happened August 2020. In February of 2021, my mother passed away. And for me, I say that was really the turning point of everything.
Okay.
Backtracking a bit, that October 2020, she got married. She had, they had built their dream home, and life was opening up. I had just moved, you know, so now I'm off. My brother was loving fatherhood, or is loving fatherhood, so he was doing that. She was enjoying being a grandma, so like, I felt like she was in her second phase of life. And then a couple months later, she passed away. And me and my mom were very, very close. Very, very close. Besties. And I say that shift for me was like, okay, what do I like to do? What makes me happy? What makes me feel the most fulfilled? Because I don't want to live this day for somebody else, and then I've lived my whole life for somebody else and never got to do what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Wrapped up in this is my journey in queerness. Wrapped up in this is my journey in wanting to, or thinking that I needed to be a certain way for people. That I needed to not be honest with you, child. That I didn't have to be that I didn't need to be gay.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
That I needed to pretend to love someone that I didn't want to love. Right? That wasn't fulfilling for me. And so after interrogating that for myself and coming to terms with who I present and how I present and being confident in that, that is what changed the trajectory of the rest of my life. So I finished my degree program, which I still say is one of my most proud accomplishments, not just because I got the master's degree, but because I did it while enduring so much grief over my mom. But also trying to figure out myself. I'm also, mind y'all, I'm like 22 at that time. Okay, so
You're a baby.
I'm a baby.
Yeah.
Okay, all this is new to me. I'm in a whole new state.
Right.
I'm by myself.
Yes.
So I'm like, it's a lot going on. But I did the thing, follow the path, had a great time, got the job, loved it, was having a great time. I went Then maybe a following year, 2022, I went to Fashion Week. Went to New York Fashion Week. It was my first time going to Fashion Week. Again, backtracking, I'd always been in fashion. I had the blog.
Yeah.
So I had connections in that world. So my first time going to Fashion Week, I saw all the things I knew I would see. I saw the people. I remember saying to myself, this is the life that I need to live. I need to be somewhere. I need to be able to just show up and be myself and dress. I love to dress. Go to the Instagram, you'll see that. I love to just show up and just be myself.
Yeah.
And then after that, after that Fashion Week experience, I came home and I realized that I was not doing that.
Home, you mean?
Back to DC.
Yep.
I realized that I was not doing that in my everyday life.
Okay.
That I would go to these events and I would be this person, but at home.
Yeah.
And so after that Fashion Week, though, I got recognized by Fashion Bomb Daily for a look that I had pulled. I met a couple of housewives that were there.
Wow.
And at that time, not at that time, I am a huge Housewives fan,
Okay.
Real Housewives fan. And I started to get recognized for just being me.
Yeah.
And then it clicked. Oh. I really have to be myself in every single facet.
Every circle that you're in.
It's not just my sexuality that has to be authentic too. It's not just how I dress. It's everything.
Everything.
It's with my family. It's with my friends. It's everything. And so, literally from that point, that was September 22, 2022. From that point on, is when I went on this journey of, I'm just going to do what I want to do. I'm going to do what feels good to me. I had to learn to be okay with how that lands with other people.
Yes.
I think that was one of the most difficult parts of it. I'm a recovering people pleaser.
Recovering people pleaser.
Thank you. I had to learn that if I'm not your zhush, that's okay.
That's okay. That's okay.
That's okay. And so from there, that's what we're seeing now. I think we're seeing the fruits of that work. Now, I don't know how much time we have, so I can't take you through the full, all the nights where I had to really sit and interrogate myself.
Wow. Right,
and sit in the mirror and be like, what's really going on? Ask the questions. The therapist. Shout out to my therapist, okay? She did her big one. We love her. And so all of that is and it's also a continuous journey. I think in our discussions about authenticity and even in the way that I talk about it, which I want to change how I talk about it in 2026, that it's not a final destination.
Right.
This happens all the time. Coming up here, Miss Jackie, coming to you today, I said, oh my goodness, this is the first time that I'm talking to someone from my hometown. You know me for real. You don't just know Benjamin Coy, you know Benjamin Simmons. You met me when I was young. So I'm like, oh my goodness, I want to show up and still be my most authentic self. Yeah. And so I had to have that conversation with myself coming into here, right? That I didn't just slip into what would have been comfortable before. And so I want people to know that it's a continuous thing. It's a continuous practice. You don't just get there and now I'm okay with it.
Yes.
Because we're all people.
Yes.
And we have feelings.
That's right.
So I'd say, like I said, that is what has helped my journey, what has helped my success, what has helped me get here. And yeah.
That is wonderful.
Thank you.
I love that.
Thank you.
You know, I love it because I just love talking to people. I think people are so...
I'm a certified yapper, so we can do this all day.
We can do this all day, man. I think people are just so interesting. Yeah. I think the fabrics and the highs and the lows and the information, we learn so much when we just open up and talk.
Yes.
We learn so much.
When you open up and talk, because you're able to connect. I'm not stifling.
Right.
I'm completely open. I'm showing you who I am. I'm giving you what is true. So
even if we don't agree, even if I don't follow, but yet, listen, I don't have to agree with you to respect a person in their position and to hear something. Because something you say might open up my eyes to something I never thought about.
Correct. And that concept is principled struggle. That just like you said, just because I don't agree with this one thing you said, doesn't mean that I throw you away.
Right. As my mama said, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Correct.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
And so, yeah, if we're in this principled struggle together, you can still hear what I'm hearing. You can still hear what I'm trying to say. Again, like you said, it'll open up your mind. It'll open up the rest of your.
That's right.
Just whatever.
That's right. Oh my gosh, I love it. Thank you, Ben.
Thank you.
Man, guys, did you not hear a lot from this young man? He has a lot of depth to him, and he said so much that all of us can have a takeaway with. Starting from the back, moving to the front, just being authentic, being your authentic self, being you, being a recovering people pleaser. Yes, I love that.
Yes,
because so many of us are all about what other people think, how they feel, what are they going to say? So let me move with this. I've often said to your friend Camille and to Chelsea and Joe, like, listen, tell the truth. Don't let your truth be impacted by how I'm going to respond to it.
Yes.
I have a right to respond how I respond. But your responsibility as just a person and an honest person is just to be honest and to be truthful. How I respond, you have to respect my response to that.
Yep.
You may not agree to it, just like I may not agree with whatever you said or like it, but we have to that's how communication and relationships grow.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Correct.
No judgment. I may not like it. I may be mad at the dickens with you, but I'm expecting you to be honest and be your true self, and let me have my true reaction to that.
Because then we can have a true relationship.
That's right. A true relationship. It's not based on anything other than our truth. Yep. And listen, all of you out there about the social media, did you hear what he said? Oh my goodness. Just again, it goes back to authenticity. Just be yourself. Do the work first. Do the internal work. Be comfortable with you. So whatever you're putting out there as your social media handprint, footprint, it is really you.
Yes.
It is really you.
Because the other part that we get caught up on, like I said, the scheduling, what my content looks like, all that really is easy in the end.
Yeah.
But it's how you present yourself. That internal work is probably the most.
That's where the work is.
That's where the work is.
Yeah,
That's where the work is.
Got it.
Makes my job easier, I would say.
Ben, thank you so much. So let people know where they can find your podcast, how they can get in touch with you.
Now, for the actually, with everything, you can go to my Instagram. You can follow me at Benji Coy. That's BenjieCoy, and it will really connect you to everything else in my world. My podcast, Cocktails and Culture Podcast. You can find it on the Instagram. But we're also streaming on anywhere you get your podcasts. We're on YouTube. We have YouTube videos as well. We're also streaming audio on Spotify, on Amazon, on Apple Music, Google Play, literally wherever you listen to a podcast, we're there. Cocktails and Culture Podcast. I'm trying to think.
How frequently does that come on?
Now, we are in our season 4. We're in a little hiatus right now. We do our best to do at least 2 episodes a month.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay, wonderful. So you found out where you can find him, Benji Coy.
Benji Coy.
There you go. Yes. So you'll be connected to his entire world.
Everything. You go to that link tree, you'll see all of my links.
Yes.
Send me a DM if you want to chat. My email's there as well for any collaborations, connections. I would love to chat with you.
Wonderful. That is so good. Thank you, Ben.
Thank you. And thank you for having me. And thank you for always opening up a space for me to be my authentic self before I even knew that that's what I was doing.
Yes.
I think I say this to Camille and Chelsea and Joe all the time, but I don't think I've ever said it to my parents' friends, just how much you all truly do mean to me. So thank you for not only inviting me to your audience, but inviting me to your life. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Welcome.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Listen, guys, I have enjoyed this. I know you have too. Mr. Benjamin Coy, the man in the Mecca, doing the thing. That's right. So if you need help with your social media, if you want to listen to a really, really informative and interesting podcast, if you need fashion tips, get in touch with this young man. Yes. He definitely has what you need. So thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of Trust and Know, the Jackie Boy Podcast. We're always going to bring you people who have something to say to help you become the best version of yourself, either through information, education, but mostly inspiration, because that's what we all want. We want to be the best version of ourselves. Remember, we're on all your major podcast platforms, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and now Instagram. All you got to do is put in Trust, T-R-U-S-T, then T-H-E-N, no, K-N-O-W, and you'll find all of our episodes. Thank you so very much. And whatever you do, get the information, the education, but mostly the inspiration to be the best version of yourself. Until next time, bye.
Thank you for listening and watching this episode of Trust, Then Know, the Jackie Boyd podcast. We hope this episode has left you informed, intrigued, and inspired to become your best self. Remember to tune in every second and fourth Tuesday of the month and trust, then know.